G'day. It's Craig, or Coach Craig Rowe from Australia, beaming and streaming live here into the USA Amazon platform. Today, I'm going to be looking at some sports and basketball type equipment. Now, a lot of people have asked me what type of coach I actually am. Well, I'm a basketball coach. So that answers that question. So if you're wondering if I'm some sort of life coach or something like that, no, I'm not. Welcome if you are joining me for this stream, and whether it be in the live and or after the fact, then if you like what you see here and you want to check out my other live streams, make sure you check out my profile here on the platform to see what other items I share. I don't just share reviews on products that are in the sporting space. However, given that I am actually a basketball coach today, I thought I would share some of the items that I've recently discovered that I think are awesome for basketball coaches and sports coaches. So if that sounds like you, then today's live is for you. And if you have any questions about anything that I share today, then make sure you comment in the comment section here on the Amazon Live app. Also, feel free to tell me where you are in the world. I shared with you that I am located in Australia and beaming or live streaming into the Amazon platform. And I really love that I get to do this and have the opportunity to share with you the products that I both own and use. And also, I am open to brand deals, but I do realize some of the sellers on Amazon here don't often get the opportunity to send stuff to Australia, or they don't want to do that. So if you are a brand that is looking to connect with an influencer who has a little bit of a different angle in that I have an Australian accent, then feel free to connect with me and we can discuss perhaps doing an exclusive live of your products, or we can look at doing some shoppable video content here on the platform. I am open to those types of partnerships and relationships. So none of the things that I am showing with in this stream today are actually sponsored, so therefore I won't be disclaiming, or I am disclaiming, that they're not sponsored. But if I'm ever sharing anything that is, then I will always let you know as a customer. So if you're consuming these live streams, then make sure that you listen to and for those things that are actually sponsored by brands, so that you understand that there is a relationship there. Well, let's look at the first item in the carousel, and this is a relatively new item that I found on Amazon, and I'm calling it the Easter egg, which is the And One light up basketball. So if you can see there, it actually has an LED light in it, and when the ball is bounced or has some degree of impact, this ball lights up. And what that's for is, if you're a basketball fanatic like me, then often you don't want to stop playing when the sun goes down. So if you have a basketball fanatic in your family who loves to shoot hoops all the way into the dusk, then this ball is going to help them continue into the darkness. And it's really useful. It's coming into the warmer months there in the northern hemisphere, and even here in the southern hemisphere, it's getting darker earlier. So therefore, it's the sort of thing that can be used all year round, unless it snows, obviously, in your part of the world in winter. But here in Australia, we don't get a lot of snow. So this is the sort of thing that Australian basketball hoopers or street ballers are probably going to really love. And what I've noticed too is And One's recently released a whole heap of different basketballs, but this one is the only one that lights up when you hit it. So it sort of lights up like a Christmas tree. Now, the way it works is it actually has some batteries in it, and I'll just show you in this top-down view, see if you can see it. So here you can see that there's a sort of different color. That's actually a cap that holds batteries, and you do get a tool with this. So you get a tool that comes with this that allows you to remove the batteries, and it'll actually show you how you can change those batteries to have you use this when the batteries run out, because that's the probably biggest question people are going to have about this light up or LED basketball is, does it have the ability to replace the battery? So the short answer to that is absolutely yes. And it's a really cool basketball, and I actually have been sharing some of this ball, me bouncing it, on social media. It's had a really good response. So you also get a pump with it, an and one pump. So it comes in like a foily bag. You get a manual that explains what it is, how to use it, what it does. And as I said, you also get the tool with it that allows you to replace the batteries. I won't go through the process of replacing the batteries because it doesn't need replacing, but basically you lever or use that tool to lever out the battery holder. And as I say, it lights up on impact. So when someone starts bouncing it, then it starts to light up and it looks really good. It's a really good item. So that's the first item there in the carousel, but you can't go and have a light up basketball without a glow net. So if you're looking to play into the dusk or dark, then this is an unusual net that lights up based on how much sun it may get in your part of the world. So the longer this is left out in the sun, the longer it will glow. So it's actually a glow net, and it attaches to a standard ring, so you can replace your normal nylon net with this one. And what'll happen is once the sun starts to set, for about 30 to 40 minutes longer, you're going to have the glow of this net, and it's going to allow you to see that target that little bit longer. So I wanted to share those two items, the and one light up basketball, or what they're calling the night game basketball, and this glow net, because I think that if you've got, like I say, a basketball fanatic in your family, someone who's fanatical about it as I've been for the last 30 years, then they're going to probably appreciate this. So if you're not someone who wants to buy Easter eggs for your kids this Easter, what better Easter egg than the and one basketball and a glow net? That's probably better than chocolate. Well, I think it is. I'm a bit biased being a basketball coach. But yeah, so if you're someone who's looking for that thing that's a little bit different because you don't want to give sugar to your kids and they love basketball, then I've probably just given you an answer of a different type of Easter egg. That's why at the start of this stream I said it is a different type of Easter egg. So we'll look at the next item in the carousel. Now, this is a tactical board for coaching, and it comes in two flavors. It comes in a basketball and or soccer model. Now, you get one in the pack. So if you're a soccer player watching this, or soccer coach rather, then this board, you can get it in, your style for your sport. It also has the basketball one. So I'll just show you what it is and what it does. So this is it here in its little plastic container. I'll just pop it out and we'll go top down and we'll have a look. So basically it's a LCD basketball tactical board, and pop the stylus out. So it comes with a spare stylus too and a spare button battery. So you can have a look at that. I'll just show you. So there's a spare stylus, spare button battery, and you also have the board itself. The battery goes in the back under the cover here. You unscrew that and you can put it in the back. You also have an on-off switch, which is a lock and unlock switch, and that's used to lock and unlock the ability to erase the board. So what you do with this board is you draw up your play and it literally just reacts with the stylus, and you can show the players the move that you want, and then when you're done drawing up a play, you just hit the button and it erases the LCD display. So it's made out of a plastic, like a light PVC, I guess, some sort of plastic. Has some grips underneath for you to have the ability to hold this and not have it slip out of your hands. Also has a lanyard for the stylus as well. And as I said, comes with a second stylus. The stylus can just clip into place there like that. So it's an interesting piece of tactical board, something a little bit different than your standard whiteboards that you may get on a basketball court elsewhere on the planet. It's something that's sort of new to market. There are different sellers here on Amazon that sell this board and others. So I think this is the 15-inch board, 15.5 inch. So certainly something to consider. Now, what I like about something like that is if you're a parent of an athlete who plays basketball and you're looking for a gift to thank their coach, then maybe a digital LCD board is actually a good option for them. That having something like that is something that's different, and you could gift it to them and say thank you for the season that you've just had with my child or son or daughter. And hopefully they'll be appreciative of it, because it is that little bit different. It is quite lightweight, and it's something that they don't have to use whiteboard or dry erase markers, which, if like me you've used the traditional tactical boards for a long time, they can dry out. They can also, you get athletes using your board, they break the pens or push the pens, and you have a whole heap of trouble when you go and get those pens. You're always trying to replace them or find them or something like that. So the tactical board is a solution if you experience those same problems that I have. Now, move along to the next one. Now, I always like things that are innovative when it comes to products, and I keep saying this on Amazon, people are probably getting sick of it, but the concept of improving on something that already exists, so not just reinventing the wheel, but making it better, is something that I love seeing when I look at products and share them here on the Amazon platform. So when I see a product that just makes sense, like for example, the tactical, well, actually everything I've shared here so far, like if you look at the LED light up basketball, it could just be a basketball, right? But it's not, it lights up. And then you've got the tactical board. Now for decades, I've used a whiteboard with whiteboard markers, but no, the LCD tactical board's different. It's an improvement on the existing idea of a whiteboard. And that's what I like about this next product, which if you have a look at the carousel, is the Sport Bit pump. And you go, okay, it's a pump, right? But it actually isn't just a pump. It does come with some extra needles, and I will take it out of the packet, so we'll have a look at it. But it has a feature that means that you're not going to break the needles too often. So again, if you're a coach, you probably understand, sorry for the noise, if you're a coach, you probably understand that you often break needles when you're pumping up a basketball, and or your athletes do. I don't tend to break needles, but I have athletes come to me and they ask, can I borrow the pump? And you say, yeah, sure, go and borrow the pump. Pump up your basketball, go for it, go for your life. But what happens is the next time you go to use the pump, of course your pump's there, but you find that the needle's broken. And they didn't tell you, which is not too good. When you're coaching athletes, you'd like them to be responsible and be accountable for their actions. But ultimately, the pump, or this pump, what makes it special is it has a little bit of a design feature that's different to other pumps. And this is why I like products that improve on the engineering of an existing idea. So this pump is different in that it has this hole in it, and or this sort of hole. And if you're familiar with any sort of pump, you know that normally you would screw a needle into the end of the pump. But what this has is it has like a rubber grommet, and that goes into this section of the pump. So it creates a seal, and then you use this cap to actually screw over the top. And when you screw that over the top, if I can screw it over the top, then what happens is it creates a seal that then allows the needle to move more freely inside the head of the pump. So what that means is if the ball's moving while you're pumping, then you're going to have the ability to take a little bit of that energy away from the potential of breaking the end of the needle. So I really like it. I think it's a really good concept. I have used it on the basketball since I've had this, and I can't fault it, I'll be honest. And they gave me 4 extra needles, which did worry me because on the packet it says that it is actually, it describes dual action inflation pump, soft needle plug, prevents needle from breaking. So it actually says prevents needle from breaking. They give you 4 extra needles. Whether I ever need them or not, I won't know or don't know. But it is a dual action pump too, which basically means it pumps air both ways. So as you pump it out, it also is pumping air in. So the design of the system, when it pumps, it's pumping air both ways. So a 2-way pumping system, which again is an improvement on the older pumps that I grew up with in my day. The other thing is it has the ergonomics or the grip that conforms with your hand. So you can, just by looking at it, you can see this is not your ordinary basketball or sports pump, right? It's just designed different. And if you look for things that are different, that are better, that are improvements on existing pumps or design, then this pump is probably the ideal pump. So if we just go back and show you a comparison, so this is the And1 pump. This would be what we call a traditional pump. This is the one that probably anyone anywhere in the world has seen before. It's pretty much, nothing to write home about when it comes to pumps. Obviously it does the job, but this is definitely improvement. This is definitely engineering and ingenuity happening here. And even if you look at the size, this has got a nice rubber grip, so it's conscious of the ergonomics of the item. This is just a lightweight plastic, standard sort of tube, standard sort of handle, and you can just see the difference. So you don't think I could bang on any longer about a pump, but I have. So hopefully if you're looking for a pump, or the next pump that you need will be one like this SportsBit pump. So move along in the carousel. Now, I often jump from great engineering to traditional type design, and this next item is probably one of the most popular items for sports coaches and or umpires, and that is the high-pat whistle. So this is a P-based whistle. So basically it has like a P inside it. And of course, it comes with an adjustable lanyard to suit your size of your neck. And it is stainless steel. And you can get these in 2-packs, 3-packs. They're the sort of thing that you might think, okay, well, if you're a coach, you can never go wrong with 1 or 2 whistles. Again, you can lose these. They're easy to sort of forget, like walk away and forget. The other thing I like about whistles, and this is something that a lot of people don't necessarily consider, is that these are stainless steel whistles, and there are a lot of plastic ones on the market. It is about 120 decibels when you blow it, which is within the range. It's not going to hurt your own ears, but also in the range that everyone else is going to hear. So a lot of whistles are, 115 to 120 decibel. But what I like about a stainless steel whistle is that it doesn't deteriorate over time, whereas some plastics can. And the other thing is you can engrave on this. So again, if you're looking for something you can gift a coach that's helping your child, the athlete in your family, if you have a coach that's helping them and you want to give them a thank you that's personal, you can always buy like a high-pat whistle and engrave a thank you, or world's #1 coach or something like that on the side of a whistle, and gift it to a coach and or even a referee for the season, so as a thank you. So they're really useful for that sort of purpose, or even your phys ed teacher, like anyone who you think would have a need for a whistle, you can, being that they're stainless steel, you can get it engraved and make it a more personal item by doing that as a sign of appreciation. I'm tempted to blow this whistle, and I think you're probably tempted to hear me blow the whistle. I don't know how I'll probably break my equipment, but here goes. All right, so it works. That's all I'm going to say. So you can't really change something if it's not broken. Don't necessarily fix it. And this is an example of something that we've grown up with for many years that doesn't tend to deviate or change, which is the good old trusty stainless steel whistle for either umpiring and or coaching. So that item, as simple as it is, it's something that every sports coach and every sports referee or umpire is going to want and or need in their kit. So if you are a coach, then obviously you can look at those, and if you constantly lose your whistle, then they do come in 2 and 3 packs. So moving on in the carousel now. So moving on more to the athletic side of the sport. Obviously, sport and basketball, there's this risk that you may injure yourself. And most common injuries, obviously, are ankles in my sport, and knees, and anything in what we call the kinetic chain. So anything that is lower limb, hips, is at risk of high impact when we run and jump and things of that nature. So they're the things that tend to fail first if they're going to fail, sadly. So if you are in a situation where you've injured your knee or something like that, then this next product is a product that you might want to consider adding at home, or even if you want to carry it with you to a sporting event in an ice pack or something like that. This is the Revix gel cold pack. So this is designed specifically or shaped to go around your knee should it be injured, to provide some pain relief and or reduce swelling should you suffer some sort of knee sprain or something to that effect. Now, I won't demonstrate this on, but I will show you the product here. This is the box. I'll just put it to the side, and then we'll just bring this stuff over and have a look at what you get in the box. So in the box, you would get the Revix knee ice pack gel. It's a nice gel, and I'll show you that. You also get the instructions. So the instructions will inform you how to use it, how long to put it in a freezer. Now, it does recommend that you do it for around, I think it's like 4 hours for this one. So it said 3 to 4 hours in a freezer is going to allow the gel in there to really freeze. And when you put it on, it's going to conform to your knee. So what you can see here is you can see that it has like embossing on its nice felt feel interior. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow it to conform to the area that you want to put this on. On the outer side of this, it's some sort of, it feels like a plastic, but it's certainly like a nylon cool feel. It really holds the cold. I've used this more recently, and this is a really cold, like it really holds the cold. I can't say it any other way. It's probably the best way to say it. The other thing is it has this really strong elastic with really fine Velcro, and these little hooks and also the fur that they attach to is really fine, and it just has this really strong grip. So it's one of the strongest grips of a Velcro, and I'm really trying that. Like, I'll show you. So it really, and I'm not joking, it's not going anywhere. It really is strong. The Velcro is incredibly strong. I was impressed. I'm thinking, wow, that's probably the best Velcro I've ever seen on the planet. So, yeah, nice piece of health sort of equipment or medic equipment that you can even add to your first aid kit. You don't have to be a sports person to get the benefit of something like a knee cold pack or anything like that, any sort of compress. These are the sorts of things that everyone should probably keep around the home, because you never know when you're going to need something like this. Now, interestingly, it is a knee cold pack, but I do think you could, possibly use it on a larger limb as well, say arm, shoulder, something like that if you need to, even though it's specifically catered, as the box shows, for the knee. I'm sure, given the length of the straps, which are quite lengthy, that you'd be able to put this around different parts of your body, and you won't have too many problems in having it secured with that Velcro. So a really nice item that I think is worth having if you're a sports person or just someone who wants to look after the people in your family who may have an injury at some point. And, you never know when those things can also happen. So we'll move on to the next thing, which is a Mavagel cotton sleep mask. Now, you might say, okay, this is a sports live stream. I'm talking about sports products, but why would I want a sleep mask? Well, I'm going to answer that question because a lot of people who tour, so if you have youth teams that tour or you travel and go overseas for sport, then you're going to find yourself on transport. So if you're on a bus or a plane or a train or something where you're traveling to and from a tournament, then a sleep mask in your kit is a must-have because this is going to allow you to block out the light on public transport and also help, if you've got headphones in, give you a better rest when you're traveling to that next tournament and or game. So if you're a college player or something in the US, then you're probably going to appreciate something like this. It does show on the card how to use it. It does conform, I'll go this way. It does conform to your face or nose. So it has this feature here that sort of bends. It has like a wire. So it's going to be able to be bent and adjusted for the size of your face. It is just a cotton and it has, an adjustable elastic strap as well that you can place around your head to conform to the size of the head that you have. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Craig, we need an idea of what this looks like. So I'll throw it on just for I love looking silly. So Coach Craig Rowe, take a screenshot of that. I can't see where you are, but that's the Mavagel sleep mask. So it also comes with a carry bag too, a little carry case with, what do they call that? can't even remember what that's called, mental block. So, it's a nice little item. Again, if you've got someone who travels, for sports and sporting events, then a sleep mask is something that you'll find that they'll appreciate. So if you're looking for a gift for a coach again, or, just the athlete in your family that's a little bit different, we'll go back to the Revix. I just saw this, I left this. So with the Revix knee pad that I showed you, the cold pack, it also comes with this bag. So this bag is so you can store that knee pad inside the bag when you store it inside a freezer. And I think that is a really thoughtful addition or piece of added value to the product as well. So I didn't show that. I forgot it was there. I turned my head and was like, oh, there's the bag that went with the Revix. So that also came in the box with the Revix knee pad. Now, while we're on masks, this next one, if you look at your carousel, is the Halos cold compress migraine type mask. And I'll just show it here. So this mask is perfect for relief of migraines. It says hangovers here, not that any of us here would ever have a hangover. Also dark circles from underneath the eyes, puffy face, dry styes, and I can't read the last bit, and something else. So some medical term that is beyond my pay grade. Now, this is the mask, and it comes in this case, so it comes with this nice case. And the mask is a gel. It's like a silicone mask. It also has the gel inside it, and it has like this cotton border that keeps everything enclosed and in there. And again, I know what you're thinking. This is my opportunity to, I guess, look like I'm at a masquerade party or perhaps you're a superhero. I'm going to put the mask on so you can see it. Actually, that's Captain Coach Craig. Look at that. So that is, take a screenshot quick. So, Captain Craig Rowe. I like it. I might just wear this for the rest of the live stream. So this is the mask that helps relieve pressure and stress, like from migraines, hangovers, things of that nature. What I really like about it is that you can see quite clearly through this. So if you're relaxing and you need that relief around your like migraine pressure or sinus pressure, then this is going to be a mask that's going to help you do that. It's really good. It conforms to the face. I like the feel of the material that they've used. It's not abrasive in any way. It almost feels like skin, and therefore having it attached to your skin feels like skin on skin. And that, if anyone knows what that feels like, that could be a nice feeling. But that's the sort of way I describe the texture of this, is that it feels like skin on skin. And this needs to go into your fridge. If you put it in a fridge, you're probably going to need about 30 minutes for this. If you're putting it into a freezer, the manual says about 15 minutes. So, it's not going to take long for this to cool down. It also does suggest that you don't use it longer than 20 minutes. It's sort of the sort of thing as you put on, you take it off, and then you put it on again. But if you're looking for something that's going to provide a degree of relief for you, then this is going to help. If you have like a hangover and or migraine or even just a sinus headache, this is going to provide some sort of relief for you for that. And as I say, it has this sort of pencil case looking case that it came in, and it's really well made, and I don't think you can go wrong adding something like that to your, again, first aid kit at home and or as a coach. This is the sort of thing, if someone gets a bump or gets a poke in the eye or a bruised eye, it probably won't help the poke in the eye, but it certainly would help if there's some sort of swelling going on around the eye as well. Then having something like this in your first aid kit with a cold pack is probably not going to hurt as well as a coach and or trainer. So moving on to the next item, and this one is a little bit of the same, but it's also different at the same time. It's another cold compress. Now, this one is more designed around just migraine and not the puffy eyes and things of that nature. So it's more geared around just giving you a sense of relief if you've got a headache, and or again, it could be used for, say, bruising around the eye or something like that, puffiness. I'll just give you a good look at it here. So this is a gel ball compress. So unlike the gel liquid, this is a series of like balls that freeze when you put them in a fridge or freezer. So they're going to store the cold energy, and then you're going to be able to use it on your face. Now, similar to all these, they have Velcro. It is a cotton. The elastic is quite stretchy and quite lightweight compared to the elastic on the other two items I've just shared. So I would say that the elastic certainly is not going to, it's actually highly elastic, but it's a lot lighter than what the others had. And then you've got a similar sort of felt feel as the Revix leg brace thing that I showed earlier. It's got this same sort of felt, which again it's not abrasive on the skin. These can just be wiped clean too. So I'm not sure if you can see the sort of felt pattern there, but they can be used and wiped clean. So if they should get dirty, it's the sort of thing you can wipe. It's not going to hurt wiping that. So that's the New Go gel eye mask. It is also used in cosmetics, again, for reducing the puffiness of eyes and things like that. I won't put this one on because I don't want you to take a screenshot. But it's another mask, so I think you get the idea on that one. And I'll move along in the carousel. I think we're up to our second last item for today's live stream, which is the sports gear, like rip cones or grip cones they're called. So I'll just show you this. So these cones are used by sports coaches around the world. And what makes them different to your normal witch's hat that you may have grown up with if you're my age is that they put this rubber grip on them now. And the rubber grip is because athletes can actually use them when they're drilling or working on their skills. Is they incorporate the ability to pick up the cone and the grip and slide the cone and do different things with it. And also when you put more cones on top of this, it also allows them to stack easily and grip. But the main feature or the main design of these is to allow you to, have this grip that can be grabbed by an athlete. And also they're a larger cone than normal, and they have this sort of shape to them that makes them easier to slide along a floor or something of that nature. So they're really, again, just reinventing, I guess, the wheel when it comes to sort of sports cones. Is this sort of marker is used around, a court and or field for your athletes to direct them on where they need to go in particular drills. But having the grip, particularly in my sport, basketball, it helps us create drills that are going to allow the athletes to not only use these as markers, but also use them for sort of what we call random practice, which is sort of play-based learning stuff. Which helps improve what we call skill acquisition. So now I'm putting my coach hat on. But so really simple item, reinventing the wheel, I guess, just improving on the wheel by adding a bit of rubber. And you can see that in the carousel. And I think they come in the pack of 8, and you can choose different colours. So colours are good because you can coordinate drills using different colours by calling the colour out that you want athletes, say, to move to. So that's a degree of random practice as well. So the last one I'm going to go with, I always have a bonus item, and this one is the Expo markers. Now, again, you might go, okay, coach, Expo markers, a live stream on sporting stuff. Of course, I mentioned the tactical board before, and this is a whiteboard kit that you can get that you can gift to coach and or just gift yourself if you coach. And if you're a phys ed teacher for that matter, then this is the sort of item that you would find you would need, because it has all the different colours of the dry erase markers, and you also get the foam marker eraser, and that's a really lightweight foam. Again, it's like reinventing the wheel. It's so lightweight, you hardly know it's in your hand. And then you get a washer too for your whiteboard, so you can actually give your whiteboards a real good clean, so your tactical board a really good clean with a kit like this. And I'll show you their chiseled edge. So I'll actually put that there so you can see. So they're a chiseled edge as well. So you can see they've got this sort of angle to them, and they can be used, like any dry erase marker they can be wiped off. So nothing what I would say is exceptional about them. Actually, there is something exceptional about them. I will share that. I shouldn't say there's nothing exceptional about them. The reason I use them, I'll tell you why I use them. So one of the things that I find with whiteboard markers is they dry out a lot. So if you leave them or leave the cap off, they're going to go dry. But with these expo markers, these dry erase markers, if you should accidentally leave the cap off, if you recap them, within 24 hours, they'll rejuvenate. So they're designed not to dissipate the whatever's in there that makes them wet. So that's the term dry erase marker. So if you're if you're in an office environment, even though this is sporting, this is really good because you might accidentally leave a lid off off your marker, your whiteboard marker, but with the dry erase expo markers, all you do is recap them, and then you're not going to find that you'll be able to use them in about 24 hours, that they will start to work again. So that's what is exceptional about that. I almost missed that. It is a good item. It's why I have them. And if you're a coach and you have that experience where you go to use your marker and it's dry, then you shouldn't experience that with the expo markers. So that is it for the live stream today. If I can help you in any way, in the comments on any item I shared, or you have any questions, feel free to ask and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. If you're a brand, like I say, or a seller here on Amazon's platform, one of the challenges for me here in Australia is that a lot of the brands are happy to deal with influencers who are in the United States, but unfortunately, they don't always say yes to me. So if you're an Amazon influencer who's looking to get someone who can help you get your products in front of other customers who may not be aware of what you sell, then I'm prepared to partner with you to get you on a live stream to show some of the products that people may not be discovering. So make sure you connect with me. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then I want to help your customers make informed purchasing decisions. And if you're a client or a customer here on this platform, then I would love to be able to help you make informed purchasing decisions. So that's why I'm encouraging you to leave comments. That's why I would like you to follow, because in what I'm doing here on the platform, my approach is that I want it to be a win-win-win for everyone. I want Amazon to win. I want you to win. I want the sellers to win. And I want to win by helping you understand what is behind the products that you purchase. So with that, I'm going to finish up the live stream. I want to say thank you so much for being here today. I hope to be doing another one next week, and I will see you in the next one. Wherever you are in the world, take care, and I will catch you later. Have a good one.